You know, it was really weird. I used to never drink coffee, and then when I turned like 21, I just started to drink it, and now I drink it all the time. I drink it like every day. Isn't that weird? Is that even young people are drinking it? Like I see teenagers drinking it. Like, what are you doing? Why are you drinking? Anyway, let's get into the video. Today we'll be talking about these two cameras, my Canon A-1 and my Canon EOS 5, and the film I shot in Crete. Let's get into it. Boom. The rolls I shot, I don't have the photos on me. I'm just gonna talk about each film stock, and then I'm just gonna throw up a bunch of images, a bunch of my favorite images that I shot with that film stock on the screen. And when I got my scans back from the lab, I didn't hate the Kodak Gold. I've heard some bad things about it, but honestly, maybe it was just the colors that were present. Maybe it just looks really good in bright sunshine. Maybe it just looks good with the sand, like the sort of the tones that were going on there. The blues, like it was quite saturated, but not in a bad way. Like not in a gross kind of way, which sometimes you can get, which can sometimes happen with maybe sometimes like with ultralights. Then I shot some Fuji Pro 400H. But whilst we were there, it was so bright, and the idiot that I am, I forgot my sunglasses. Like it's that kind of weather when it's so bright, not a cloud in the sky. It's so bright when you literally can't keep your eyes open. Like it was that bright, so I didn't think I would need to overexpose it by more than one stop maybe. So that's what I did, and they looked. Ooh, did it look nice? I got scans back and they look amazing. I think like the colors are just awesome. Like I don't like to talk about, you know, tonality and all this and all the greens and blues. If it looks good, it looks good, okay? That's how I like to talk about it. Generally, I don't like to talk too much about it. Like, what I'm more worried about is sort of composition and stuff. You know, lighting, is it overexposed, is it underexposed, is there enough contrast? Then I shot some Portra 160, which was interesting, which was nice. I never shot 160 before. Yeah, I've shot 400 on 35, and I was sort of disappointed with the results. But with 160 35mm, I was really happy. Like, it looked awesome. It could be because that I got them professionally developed and professionally scanned. You know, surprise, surprise, Portra looks great. Portra looks great. You know, seaside beach photos shot with Portra look great. Surprise, eh? Yeah, I was trying to Google, sort of sample images of Kodacolor before I shot it, just to make sure, because I didn't want to, start shooting away and then realize that this film stock was really, really weird. I've shot double, guys. Don't do it. It's the sample images that they show you look nothing like the real thing. Yeah, and honestly, I think I've shot some of my best work. Well, it's so bad to say that you've done your best work ever, but I shot one of my, up to this day, I've shot one of my most favorite photos with Kodacolor. It's this one of my girlfriend, of her, in the sea, looking over her shoulder. I just love the colors. The blues look amazing. The whites look amazing. I mean, there's some pictures of it where they're picturing me where it's just the skin tones are slightly a bit yellow, a bit too yellow rather. But generally, I think it looks really, really good. Yeah, it looks awesome. It's sort of like a slightly more saturated version of Portra. So first of all, I brought my Canon A1. I'm so glad most people prefer the AE1, because that means that this stays off the radar. The AE1s, they come in like the silver, and I just don't like the silver. I don't like the look of the silver. I just much prefer all black. It just looks so much cleaner, in my opinion. So I brought the A1 because it has it's got aperture priority, and I've got my 35 f2 lens. I'm not a zooms kind of guy. I'm not a fan of anything like a 24. I have a 24. I've shot it, and it was just too wide. It's also quite fast. It's f2. So if I wanted to get some bokeh and isolate some of my an isolated subject, I can. But because I knew we were going to be by the sea, I wanted to capture the sea. I wanted people to be able to see what we were, where we were. Like we were staying in a really beautiful villa by the beach. I wanted to capture the trees. I wanted all that, and I wanted to capture the sky. So the 35 was that. But another thing is I also used an ND filter because I don't like to shoot anything above. In terms of my aperture, I don't like to shoot anything smaller than like 5.6. After that, you know, because I still like some depth of field. So anything at like f8, it's just the photo becomes just too flat, in my opinion. Its maximum shutter speed is 1/1000th of a second. So I have an ND filter, a variable ND filter that I use on it just so that I can keep that shutter speed below 1,000th of a second, and it means I can shoot wide open even in bright sunlight. I put mine out with a little, what do you call it, a little shutter button, a little brass shutter button, and it's also like not too big, it's not too intrusive. Like people don't mind. I mean, to be fair, everyone was really nice, everyone was really chilled with me getting up in their faces with the camera. But yeah, I just love the form factor. I love how light it is. Well, actually, it's not that, like, you get used to it. At first I used to think this was really heavy, but then after using my 5D, like this feels so light. I just think, I don't know, it just feels so nice in my hands. This requires batteries. So I thought, okay, just in case this runs out of batteries, I better bring a backup. And lo and behold, this did run out of batteries. And thank goodness I brought my backup. The Canon EOS 5. It's also known as the Canon A2, I think, or A2E, depending on where you're from. I have the 50, the cheap nifty 50, the Canon. I've got this 40 quid. It's a bit, it's got a few, you know, just minor signs of use, as they say on eBay. It's so capable. Like this has a maximum shutter speed of 1/8000th of a second, and it takes autofocus lenses. It takes EF lenses. To me, it just seemed like, why aren't we all doing this? This is mental, because if you're new to film or you're just like not that good at manual focus, like doing this, like trying to find focus, if there's glare or whatever, sometimes it's just quite hard to get focus, and you start panicking because, oh no, like, you know, the person who wants their photo taken is like waiting like 20 seconds for you to get focus. This is my just get the job done camera for like, in terms of film. Like this just makes film so easy. There's auto wind. I've got film in there, so I'm not going to show you. But like, you don't even need to like fiddle with the film and try to slot it into the film reel slot. Like it's not, you know, everyone knows how fiddly that is, and it just removes as many opportunities for things to go wrong as possible. It's auto film advanced, so you're just shooting like a DSLR. You don't have to keep remembering to, you know, advance the film, which when you're on a shoot can be quite distracting because you're in the flow and you're just like, so many times I've shot and I'll be like, okay, I'll set up the shot, and then, you know, I finally get the model exactly where I want to have her getting the expression that I want, and then suddenly I come in, take the shot, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to advance the film. I mean, that's a small thing, but it's just like when you add all these things up, all the conveniences, the auto wind, the auto load, the 1/8000th of a second shutter speed, it just makes it so convenient. So, and plus the autofocus, it's just such a breeze to shoot with. Such a breeze to shoot. It just makes life so much easier. It just takes out all the headaches that could happen with film out of the equation. Massive benefit of the 1/8000th of a second is that in the super bright sunshine of Crete, it just means I didn't have to, you know, I didn't have to crank down my, I didn't have to stop down my aperture. I could shoot wide open, even in the bright sunshine. It was all good. My biggest complaint about this camera is that it only has, I think it's only got like 5 autofocus points. Yeah, which is kind of annoying because it means that time to time you will miss a few shots, you will miss focus. For example, here I was obviously I wasn't trying to focus on my girlfriend's foot, but it decided to focus on her foot instead of on her face. And another time I was trying to focus on Katie, but instead it thought that the rock was more interesting. So sometimes you have to kind of, you know, get focus and then point it towards what you really want in focus. So yeah guys, tell me which one your favorite picture was. Leave it down in the comments which one your favorite one was. Could you tell the difference between the film stocks? Does it even matter? Do you like these cameras? Do you not like these cameras? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, anyway guys, that's all I have to say today. Plenty more videos coming soon. Yeah, follow me at Zain Shoots Film on Instagram, and also follow my portfolio. Check out my portfolio at www.zainreaser.com. There's mine. And as I said before in the last video, if you're wondering why there are a bunch of fitness videos on the channel, it's because this used to be a fitness channel and there's no more. So now keep learning, keep shooting. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.